Wait, I'm kind of eating. Hello! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Finn, otherwise known as Kelcor, and I am not a professional cosplayer, but I would like to be. I usually start off my makeup tutorials looking chopped, and I decided not to do that this time. So you're seeing the final look first, and then we will get into what it took me to get here. But like, I am feeling like the moment right now. Today, I just want to share with you my exact makeup routine that I have curated over the past like 6 months, trying to find an indestructible makeup routine, and I've cracked it. Not only indestructible, also like aligning with brands that I'm willing to support. If you're new here, I boycott a lot. I no longer purchase from brands that are highly invested in. I try to stay cruelty-free when I can, and I try to avoid other brands that have done otherwise horrible things, sexist, homophobic. They don't deserve my dollar and they don't deserve your dollar. So I'm really proud that I was able to replace all of those products in my routine from brands I no longer buy from. And if you would like to purchase any of the products featured in this video, they will be linked below. I also have a lot of them in my TikTok shop showcase. Or if you just want to find them on your own and buy them that way, that works too. I'm really not concerned about commission. I thought I just might as well put that out there. Okay, I will pass it over to Blank Face Finn and we will get the tutorial going. Bye! Okay, I'm gonna jump into it. This isn't gonna be too like chit-chatty of a video. I always say that and then it is, but I already have my contacts in. I'm gonna go through each step of my makeup routine with product recommendations. Everything will be linked so that you can find it, get it. I genuinely have just been trying for a long time to figure out like an indestructible cosplay makeup, and I think I have it, so I want to share with the class. I start with the Milk Hydrogrip primer. As you can see, this one is almost dead, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get anything out. And before starting my makeup, I washed my face and I also exfoliated. You can't like use a physical exfoliator every day, but I like to do it like first day of the con. Just get rid of any dead skin for your makeup to have a flat base to lay on. And then I use like my toner, my serum, and my moisturizer. Let that all sink in for a little while, and now I'm doing my primer. Can I like break this bottle? I want the last of it. It makes me look like gross and horrible now, but it'll look nice later. And I give my primer a little bit of time to settle into my face as well. I think really the missing piece of like my indestructible makeup was genuinely just my foundation. The About Face foundation was good, but this one is better. This is the Unleashia Satin Wear Healthy Green Cushion. Ta-da! I usually just need like 2 or 3 pumps. You pump it on the side. I think I just saw some flying, but very little comes out from a pump. So I usually start with 2 pumps. I take it on the cushion that it comes with and I just... It has such a nice finish. It's pretty full coverage. I don't have like much skin texture. I have relatively like good skin despite how gross I look on camera right now. But I just pat it around my face. I don't do foundation on my forehead because my forehead is usually covered with bangs, and wearing makeup makes you more prone to breaking out, so why would I make myself break out on my forehead for no reason when you're not even gonna see my forehead? My forehead is usually entirely clear. I just have some freckles. I don't mind that. I will say with this cushion applicator, you have to like be like careful around your nose because it will just like leave little creases and then you have to like go back and smooth them out, but worth it. And I don't really put foundation under my eyes because I put concealer under my eyes, and if you try to cake too much product there, then it'll like get cakey and crease and you don't want that. I pay extra attention to this area around my nose because I feel like that's where my makeup usually gets dry and breaks up. I haven't done cosplay makeup since Otakon. I forgot how good this foundation is. It just looks so pretty. Like, I don't think it looks as good on camera right now as it does like in my little mirror, but like it looks so good. Like, I think you can tell better up close. It looks really fire. For concealer, I use my tried and true that I've been using since like 2018 Tarte Shape Tape. Sometimes I'll also go in with a like much lighter concealer, but I don't really feel like it right now. And this is the makeup I wore all through MomoCon, and I like to think it looked pretty good. If you watched my vlog, I don't know, you can tell me otherwise. So concealer, 3 dots on the chin, dot on the inner corner, dot on the outer corner, over the lid. And I don't really have any right now, but if I had any like blemishes, I would put a little dot on them. I prefer a wet beauty blender for my concealer. I start with my chin and I make my way up. Spread it evenly under my eye. The under eye is a very crucial spot for me because that's where a lot of my cosplay makeup lives. And then the concealer is going to be your eyeshadow base. And I already look so much better. For contour, I use this Judy Doll duo. I'm gonna link to this in my TikTok shop showcase. I have pretty defined cheekbones, so I don't contour crazy on my cheeks, but I do like a strong nose contour. So I just do like a tiny little line on both sides, but then I do all the way down my nose. A lot of people like to contour with big brushes. I prefer a lot of control, so I do a lot of my face stuff with smaller brushes. So this kind of brush is what I like to use for contour. And I kind of just tap away at it, like moving it around and blending it out. I used to contour my jaw, but low-key, I don't think that contouring your jaw works. Feel free to prove me otherwise, but I feel like it never makes your jaw look different. It just makes your jaw look like it has a streak on it. Whereas I do think like contouring your cheeks has an impact. I don't know. I just think contouring your jaw can be really unflattering because the shape of your jaw looks the same, but then you also have like something pronouncing it. To me, instead of making like my jaw go away, it feels like it like draws more attention to it. Anyway, I just blend down the side of my nose with reckless abandon because my next step is carving it out. I take the light side of the same Judy Doll product and I go down each side of my nose again, like carving it to look smaller. Because putting like brightener on the edges kind of makes it like become one with the rest of your face, if that makes sense. So then your nose itself looks smaller. And then without redipping, I use what's left and I go down the center line, making a fake nose. I take a flat concealer brush like this and I blend the product down the sides of my nose and like up in my eye like this to blend it into the skin while still keeping the line itself crisp. I want a very soft line going this way, but a very harsh one facing my nose. You kind of see what I've done there? And then more often than not, I just use my finger for the center line. Still look crisp and pronounced without just looking like it's product sitting on top of my face. It needs to become one with my skin. And I'll take that same brush to just like blend it out in my forehead. That's my contour. But I'm thinking of mixing this Sachu one that I pretty much use in every video and this Juvia's Place one. I found this is very long wearing. Because who wants their blush to fade through the day? Not me. So I'm gonna do a couple dots here, a couple dots there, and then shape it around the tip of my nose. Once again, I like a relatively small brush. And I always do my nose first because that is the like area that I really don't want it to like dry down and get like stuck. I feel like it's easier to fix your cheeks if that happens. And then I tap away at my cheeks. I also really like to bring my blush under my eye quite heavily. I don't really do like the smile and then do your apples. I do my high cheekbone and then under my eye. This is not enough blush for me. I'm tempted to add more of that Sachu blush, but I'm just gonna go in with my Juvia's Place one. This is actually a blushlighter, which I've been really into. It's just a blush with a bit of shimmer in it to make your skin look really glowy. Even though this blush is like a lilac, it reads pretty pink on my skin when blended out. And sometimes when I'm doing like a pink look anyway, I do like to like blend my blush up onto my eyelid with just whatever is remaining on my brush. Just feel like it helps it look more cohesive. Okay, this is looking good, but if you know me, you know I'm gonna add more blush. Every makeup tutorial I make has me just adding blush at various stages of my routine. I often finish my eyeshadow and then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, let's add some more blush. And like, look at how it hits like on my cheekbone. No highlighter right now. Now is the crucial step, setting spray. This was also a game changer for me. This is the Scandinavia finishing spray. It's a pro makeup artist setting spray that like is used primarily for like bridal makeup. They sent it to me and I genuinely do think that this setting spray like is the tea. I have it in this little travel bottle from when I went to MomoCon, so I'm gonna keep using this. Shake well before use. And I like to like tuck my lips in so that it doesn't get setting spray on my lips because setting spray doesn't taste very good. But I spray this generously. Look at me. I look like that trend when people were like putting like clear face masks on over their makeup. You know what I'm talking about? I might have actually done a little too much, but that's okay. I let it dry down fully before moving on to powder. So to give it time to really settle in, I do my brows while I'm waiting. I alternate between this Essence Clear Brow Gel and the ColourPop Clear one, really just whichever one is closer to my hand to grab. I just grab whichever. And I like to shape my brows before I color them, just so I'm not like constantly getting different eyeshadow colors mixed in with my clear brow gel. I like thinned my brows a lot before MomoCon, so a lot of the hairs are coming back in. I do kind of like a thin brow for cosplay sometimes. This brow gel is pretty wet, so I kind of like to like press it down. My eyebrows are low-key two different shapes at the moment. I need to like tweeze them or something, but that's not a problem for right now while I'm filming this video. I find an eyeshadow that closely resembles my wig color and then I just take some sort of small brush. I prefer an angled brush, but I like have enough little brushes that I have one for each color, and my pink one happens to not be angled, but it's fine. I always start with like the bottom front of the brow and move out. To me, it's most important for the front of the eyebrow to be dark. The rest of it is not as important, but like for my face specifically, I feel like I need a very visible brow right up in the front. So if I'm wearing a light wig, sometimes I will go in with a slightly darker color in the front and then ombre it out. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using a pretty dark pink just to make sure that my eyebrow is not getting washed out. I'm fortunate enough to have blonde eyebrows, so I don't need to do any sort of concealing or covering up of my eyebrows. I can just stick eyeshadow in them. If you have darker brows, I would recommend going over them in your like concealer or foundation stage. Okay, since my eyebrows are low-key vastly different shapes right now, I am going to like take some concealer on an angled brush and clean them up. This is something that works far better for like if you're just cosplaying in your room rather than at a convention, but I've also done it for conventions. Just covering up stray hairs and like defining the shape that you've already created with the eyeshadow. You can make your brows look more symmetrical, thinner, whatever. All right, now that I took so long doing my brows, my setting spray is dried down and I can go in with powder. This is the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass. This is the giant version. Huge. I don't think I will ever finish this powder, especially because I use it very, very sparingly, and I think that is the key when you have dry skin. Oh god, there's like so much in the lid right now. I take a little bit on a powder puff and then I kind of like tap it in the lid, kind of like evenly disperse it on the puff so that none of it's getting like concentrated in one area. And again, I start on my chin. I feel like my chin is the area that can handle the most amount of powder. And then my under eye in the inner corner. I like tap around my under eye and then take it down to like where my smile lines would be. I really don't like having this shine in this area. I prefer it to be matte and then have like a very shiny cheek. And like, sorry for getting so close, but do you see how good my base looks on this side? These three areas are the only areas that I use this powder. Again, I'm extra careful around these nose creases. And I have dry skin, but even if you have oily skin, you should also be extra careful around those areas because the oil there will break up your makeup. It's just the danger zone all around. Actually, Sometimes I use a different powder for my nose. I think at MomoCon I forgot to bring it and I was just using this powder, and maybe I kind of liked it, so I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm not re-upping my puff at all, just like anything that is remaining on this I'm gonna do on my nose. And I also go in between my eyebrows, like up on my forehead just a little, because I don't like any shine right there. Now we are all set. Now I'll do like my under eye contour. And I don't often, but if I feel like I want to, I can also sometimes take this light contour shade and like re-up my nose contour. I think I will right now. I have this small pointed angle brush, and I take my cool toned contour shade. I find my Aigyo, and I just underline it. Okay, so that's just the contour phase. Don't worry, I will go in with like a matte highlighter to finish it off, but I like to do that after I've done my eyeshadow. Since I'm doing Mizi, I want to do pink, but I'm not wanting to do like a crazy dramatic pink. I kind of want it to just be like blushy. I think I'm gonna start with this shade from the Kimchi Holy Fairytale palette. I think it's gonna be a little pinker than I want, but I can blend it out. Just taking it above my lid and all the way out. And even though this is very pink, I think when I have pink lighting, it'll look pretty natural, honestly. While I already have this pink on my brush, I'm going to re-up my nose blush. I'm also gonna blush around my lips, so I close my lips and then just go over them. That's just laying the foundation for a blurred lip later. Now is matte highlighter time. I use the Floret matte highlighter and I am obsessed with it. I can't use this one because it has like shimmer on it, but this is the shape of brush I prefer to use with my matte highlighter. I'm not sure what I did with it recently, so I've been using this one. I don't like it as much, but it works. And I start with it in my inner corner. So I've always loved a bright inner corner. I take it under my eye above that contour, and then I kind of do like a false cut crease just slightly above my actual crease. I've been really obsessed with this for the past few months. I just think it's so flattering and it makes my eye look bigger. And I'll sometimes use a larger flat brush to just like fill that in so it doesn't take forever using my little tiny brush. And then while I'm at it, I just drag it down like this to brighten my under eye. And like, look at how much bigger this eye looks than this one. Matte highlighter is so game changing. This happens every makeup tutorial. I'm so sorry. Okay, my light is plugged in. I'm going to do my eyeliner and stuff like that with this amount of lighting. I don't think it looks bad. If you've seen one of my makeup tutorials, you've seen me do eyeliner. You know what I just realized actually? I want to put shimmer on my eyelid. I'm gonna make sure this eyeliner is 100% dry first, but then I am gonna take this like white and pink shade from the Magical Guardians palette and put that on my lid. I might also like use some pink to make this line between my like lid and like the rest of my eye harsher. Using this tiny brush, I'm gonna go back in with some pink and make this a harsher line. Yeah, that looks really nice. There we go. Okay, you can't really tell, but my eye is shimmery. I am always glittered up at conventions, trust. And I'm gonna use that same shade as highlighter. I wish it like picked up better on camera because the pink shift is so sickening. Honestly, you could make the argument like, Finn, why are you using your good shit for filming TikToks when you won't even be able to tell? Makes me happy. I highlight the very tip of my nose and then the bridge up here. Okay, now let me finish my damn eyeliner. And then I really like to do a pink ballerina line under my eye. Sometimes red if I'm doing a more like red character, sometimes brown. I just think that's really flattering. I stole this from Valentina's drag makeup. I used to always put white in my like lower lash line. I don't really anymore, but I might tonight. This is also usually the part where I would do my like star white eyeliner, but I'm doing multiple Mizi designs tonight and I'm not gonna have stars for the first few. So I'm gonna draw my lower lashes real quick. I used to just do 4 big ones, but I've started doing smaller ones in between, but I still do the 4 big ones first. There's that. I got this like under eye stamp eyeliner from TikTok shop, but I never use the stamp. I just use the eyeliner because it's really thin, and I just draw in my fillers. I like to make some of them like point together. There we go. Now I'll go do mascara, lashes, and get into cosplay, and then I'll come back to do my lips. This cosplay turned out so much cuter than I expected, or could have ever hoped for. Like, so for long-lasting purposes, especially for conventions, I like to get into full cosplay and then do my lips, because I feel like lipstick is the first thing that's coming off, so I like to wait as long as possible before putting it on. I also prolong the life of like my lip with lip stains. This is my favorite one ever, this Ulta Beauty one, Purple Fizz. So pretty. I really like a dark like pink. So I'm gonna start with this on the center of my lips. I prefer like an ombre blurred lip, so I like darker on the inside, lighter on the outside. And I always like to put a lip stain underneath whatever like look I do regardless. But I love this color so much that sometimes this just like is the look. But I also like No Cupid's Bow. With pink cosplays, I like to use a lighter lipstick that almost leans purple, because like true pinks can often lean orange when you have pink lighting, especially on my skin tone for some reason. So this is the Ulta Beauty Cloud Kiss. Don't be sleeping on Ulta lip products. And this formula is really good for like blurred lips, but I like No Cupid's Bow, so I went straight over my Cupid's Bow. I honestly kind of like how my bottom lip is looking with no liner right now, so I'm not even gonna put any of this on my bottom lip. Okay, now I think I need it to be a little pinker. I think I'm gonna take this little like not quite red, not quite pink, put this in the middle, take a little brush to blend it. Wait, I feel cute. Okay. And I used to be a big gloss person, but it's just like not practical for long wear, and it's not practical for wigs because you walk outside, wind, you got wig hair stuck to your lips, so it's just not worth it. Okay, this is my finished look. Oh my gosh, this is the routine that like works the best with my skin and I've found to be indestructible, but of course everybody's skin is different. Skin prep is also just like super important. But I hope if you try any of the products that I recommended in this video, they work well for you. But that's all that I have for you guys tonight. I'm going to be filming like a behind the scenes of like while I'm filming for the rest of the night, because I'm doing 3 or 4 Mizi cosplays, and I'll be showing like literally just what it's like for me filming TikToks. And that video topic was decided by my lovely channel members, and it will be a Funkier Fin fan exclusive video for my paying channel members. If you would like to join, for $4 a month you get all of the perks that you see here, including an extra video every month, 2 exclusive short form videos that have never been posted anywhere else every week, member badges, priority in subscriber involved in videos, input on my next video topics, extended cuts of my con vlogs, character-specific makeup tutorials by request, and more for $4 a month. It helps support me and keep this channel going, helps me get more cosplays and go to more conventions and make cool stuff for you guys. But if you're not interested or you just can't join right now, that's completely fine. I appreciate every single one of you who subscribes or likes my videos or leaves comments. I love comments. And if you still want to support me, you could do so just by watching ads. Okay, I've talked for long enough. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Special shout out to all my lovely channel members: Mayor Mills, Magic URL, Carrie Johnson, E2T, Corridora, SWR, Mafuwafu29, Pink Cherry Cause, Stellaron Cause, I Love You the Last Time, Kira Plays Game, 1212, Atsusuwa, Cosplay Date, Rebecca Decasepi, 2772, Komaida, Shay Yay 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 Ya, Fwunch, Mayor Immortal, Ray of Sunshine, Ada Hopped, and Beans for Brains. Thank you so much!